Wonderful.
Oh, hello. Hello and good Gert Gert day to everybody. How are you all doing? It's a little earlier than usual for me. But yeah, like I said, I've got a few more days off before I return to work. I've been on a really lovely vacation. And I'm going to draw some more of these things live. I'm trying out. We'll see how well this works. I got a hand cam. It's not great with the screen, but maybe it'll give you a little bit of insight into like how I'm drawing these things. But yeah, a big warm hello to Adam and Higa and anybody else who's tuned in. Also, thanks for the follow. So yeah, last night I was really sleepy, but we did draw. I'm gonna come back to this. We did a little melty kit, and also Asha the Game Genie. And you know, I think these turned out pretty well. But yeah, I've got a bunch where I've kind of pre-pulled a bunch of reference. Oh yeah, Adam, you might have gone to sleep before we did the Asha one. I want to just like take a moment to polish these a tiny bit more before I post them officially. Or looking at this now, I'm like, oh yeah, there's stuff I need to tune up. So I'm gonna get these most of the way there. But yeah, I've been wanting to draw the last seahorse here. She's been very supportive, and yeah, is a great fellow VTube creator. I don't know. Let's just jump in. I do have this set up so that I configured this correctly now. So the VOD is going to mute or remove all of the music. So I shouldn't have to deal with any copyright nonsense. But if you're here live, you're getting to hear the music. And also, Higa, I took a note from your stream, and I have like a little noise play just in my headphones whenever there's a chat message, because I was finding last night I was already like losing track of the chat. I would just get like lost in the artboard here. But yeah, so I'm using Procreate on an iPad Pro. This is like a several generations old iPad, but this thing still runs great. And with an Apple Pencil, it's like, it's been a great tool. So I'm just going to position my reference here. And yeah, I found like a brush that I really like, and I know kind of the size. And so let's just jump in. We'll start by drawing a little base form. But yeah, I hope that you're all doing well. Actually, my reference is too large. Let's squash these down a little bit. Oh. I do, yeah. So I have the one, oh God, what's it called? I don't know. It feels kind of more like a paper texture. Because yeah, the default glass is like unusable, as you probably have experienced. I don't know. Or do you typically draw with like a Wacom tablet? I use a Wacom tablet like all day, every day as my main input device. And I used to do most of my drawing directly on a Wacom. But yeah, I mean, specifically when you're doing digital stuff. You know what? I'm going to pull this down just a little bit. Oh, and hey, Moofy. Yes. God, the one that I have is like some really obvious thing. It's called like Paper-like, I think. But you can get a cheap one. I feel like this thing is overpriced. But I do like the Paper-like. Oh yeah, Cintiq. I have never used a Cintiq. But I mean, it's like the dream. It's getting to work with those. But I've never been a professional artist. I've always been art has been a hobby. And I'm a professional designer. So it's nice to have an excuse to like flex some different creative muscles, you know? So yeah, I can't claim to be too much of an artist, but I have fun with it. I mean, everybody's an artist, but well, you know what I mean. I'm talking in circles here. Actually, I'm going to pull down the opacity on this layer. Yeah, and I've heard good things about those Huion tablets. In fact, I think actually my brother has one, a similar one, maybe a different brand. I'm trying to make sense of what's going on with the hair here. There's like there's a lot of hair going on. I'm looking at this and it's like, how much of this, or how can I simplify these forms a little bit more? Because ultimately, I don't know. I'm in some ways, I'm just kind of like redrawing the reference. I'm trying to do more than that, make this more of a transformative work, but like at the core, I'm often sticking pretty closely to the reference, at least at this point in time. I think that'll change as I get a little more comfortable with these. I'm not going to go crazy with the lines here. But like, yeah, this area over here, I'm a little bit perplexed. That's okay. Maybe I'll come back to that. And then block in some other forms. Gotta get the glasses right. Or, you know, close enough. But yeah, basically this whole project started because I was traveling and I only had my iPad with me and I wanted to finally like tune up my reference sheet and like just think a little bit more about, you know, how should Gurt appear? And then that turned into like wanting to explore and expand upon the gurploids. And then that led to, well, I've been wanting to draw like some fan art. So what a perfect excuse. Let's see. These lines are like a little bit too tangent. Let's change that angle a little more. Oh, excellent. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Like I said, you can get like generic ones and I think that they're, you know, probably just as good, but this paper like has has been on this thing for like the entire life of the iPad, and it's worked great for me. I can recommend it. I also, it's like easy to want to go overboard, like futzing with every single little terminal of these lines. And I'm trying to not do too much of that, but also kind of makes a difference. The one thing I don't think I can do with this setup is have like a little thumbnail of the full, canvas, like a zoomed out view, which would be kind of nice to have like better reference. But, just zoom out every now and then. Yeah, and I have to say also, Higa, if you're still there, just like thank you again for your generous drawing of Gert, of me. That was such a delight. And like those streams where you were drawing various VTubers, that was also like a big inspiration for this project. And maybe you feel this way, but like it's a nice way that I can kind of show my appreciation for all of the wonderful creative people in the community. Too many teeth in my mouth. All right, let's get a base layer for some color here. I use this inker brush that is kind of nice. It makes it pretty easy to just block stuff in. And I tend to put most of my colors on one layer, unless it's like the eyes, maybe I'll throw on another layer. I don't go layer crazy with these. These are meant to be like pretty quick little studies, I guess. Also, let me know if the audio balance is decent. Hopefully the music is, present but not drowning me out. And like, whatever. I like to get in this base color, and then I can just alpha lock the layer and make it easy on myself. Except now I'm confronted with my past laziness. I need to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with this hair on the right side. Is it this layer? Yeah. Just polish that a little. Oh, and there's another spot. Yeah, in here. What the hell's going on in here? Oh, yes. Thank you for the sunglasses. I see. It's getting really muddy because of the glasses situation. Also, wow, look how asymmetric these frames are. I might even cheat this. Because Because I feel, well, no, I don't feel great about the shape of those. Let me try this again. Drawing glasses is tough, man. And once I get the shape down, I'll probably alpha lock the glasses layer and just mess with the color. But yeah, let's just do this. Oh, it's instant symmetry. What do you know? Is that about right? The snapping is actually not doing me any favors right now. Oh, and I see. I scaled it slightly. Sure. Let's crunch those together. And there we go. We got some glasses. Hey, Shadow. You can see the power of the Apple Pencil before your eyes. Oh, thank you so much. I'm like still reeling from that victory. Okay, what layer is that on? Oh, it's this layer, isn't it? I got this little stray blob. Oh, you did see it live. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I thought maybe you had. But yes, thank you again. I'm really proud of that. Like, if you had told me a few months ago that I would be able to 1cc Batrider advance, I don't know, that would have sounded preposterous. Oh, let's clean up the terminal here. I'm calling it a terminal, but I don't know. I think of it in like almost typographic terms, but like the optical balance of some of these lines. Yeah, so there was a raid from the great Holly Heck Maybe. And honestly, I was ready to like give up. I had kind of resolved to the idea that like, okay, I'm not going to get the 1cc before my vacation. I'll just come back in 2 weeks. I'll be refreshed and then we'll knock it out. And I got that raid and I was like, you know what? I think I could do it. And that's what it took. So I genuinely credit Holly for kind of pushing me over the edge to get to that finish line. Yeah, oh, I was honestly, it was very stressful. Like I went back and rewatched it and it was like stressing me out because it was down to the wire. I think I was out of bombs. I was down to 1 life. Hey Kenster, Gert morning to you. But yeah, this maybe today or tomorrow or very soon I'm going to record commentary for the 1cc run. More for like myself, I guess. I don't know. I don't expect it would be like, it's not an example of like a great run, but it's an example of a successful run. So I guess in that sense, it's a great run. Elden Ring, oh my god. How are you feeling about that new Elden Ring announcement? Okay, I'm just getting base colors in here right now. But yeah, I played Little Sorcerer Striker last night. I got wrecked. Like it was tough. But I do really like it. That game is so bonkers. I know, like, yeah, you give us Elden Ring, but no Bloodborne. I would also love some Bloodborne. Okay, maybe I'll do some of these little facial details. I'll put those on a separate layer actually to just save my sanity. Yeah, honestly, my most excited one is the Onimusha, the new Onimusha game. It's like that came out of nowhere. I really liked the first two Onimushas. And I haven't I haven't watched hardly any trailers or anything. I just kind of like looked over a list of the announcements, but still. Oh yeah, an Okami sequel. Yeah, between Okami, Onimusha, the new Fumito Ueda game, like that stuff is very exciting. New Naughty Dog, I couldn't care less. Like whatever. Okay, fine. Um, I don't know. Whatever the other big name things were. That Ninja Gaiden Metroidvania from the Blasphemous studio, that looks pretty sweet. These are going to be janky little stars here. Little star babies. Okay, we need one like a green. Skyscraper. First Berserker. Oh, I didn't see that one. Yeah, it's just Clover Team getting back together is really cool. I feel like I should do a little blush and maybe a little lip situation. But it's got to be in like a goofy sort of way. We'll do a new layer. Oh, I've got my tiny brush. This is like almost working. I'm gonna have to go back to the eyes. Okay, I gotta think about the side of the head also. Oh, hey, Happy Toaster. Welcome back. Oh yeah, let's get this hair detail in. I'm just gonna bounce around. Also, if anybody's a fan of Underworld, like I am, definitely check out their new album, which just released a couple months ago. In the last few months. Okay, let's bring in some darker values. Oh, that's like really dark. Let's go a little bit less dark. Notice that I'm still avoiding having to deal with this hair situation on the far right. I'll get back to that soon. I need a quick win before I can try to make sense of what to do there. It's a big hair decision. That's right. But yeah, man, it's so good to be back. It's so nice to stream again. It was so great to be away. It was a great trip, but very good to be back. I guess I do need a couple darker streaks. Oh, it's got to be darker than that. Let's just pull it just a hair. Eh. Yeah, I know this is like a very unusual time for me to be streaming. I mean, it's really because I'm still on vacation. I'm able to stream at this time easily. But I don't know. I'd like to mix it up a little more. Maybe not stream quite so late. It can be quite damaging to my sleep schedule. Okay, it's time. Let's take a fresh look at this. Like I said, there's a lot of hair going on. Yeah, that's probably smart. Limiting your nighttime viewing. Okay, let me try like 8%. And it goes. Oh, tiny eraser. Tiny eraser. Thanks, movie. I'm starting to, find like a better process for these. Sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle. There are just certain things that I'm not as confident drawing. And even now, like, this isn't quite coming together the way I was hoping, but it's getting there. I do, yeah. I like to draw it fresh each time. You'll see, I don't know, if I go back to like any of these, I always start by drawing. Let's just play this for a second. Oh, I guess it goes so fast. I start by blocking in a little gurploid shape, and then I like to have other layers to kind of build off of it. And sometimes I do tweak the proportions a little bit for each one, but they're largely consistent. I'm getting distracted again. Let's I also make exceptions. Like most of the time I'm only using this brush and then like an inker, but for like a little blush, I'll pull in the airbrush a little bit. Although I got to figure out how to. I know what I'll do. I'll just do this and then erase. Because I've still got the black lines on top. I think that's pretty safe. I'll probably tweak the opacity. And just make sure it's not like showing through anywhere else. In fact, this might even be a good... Nah, maybe not. I think just a normal blending mode is fine. Just like a little bit of a lower opacity. But honestly, yeah, my process is like totally evolving as I go. Hello, 68K Heart. Welcome in. You might recognize this lovely streamer. Let's go in. Okay, I'm avoiding that hair area. I'm gonna go back and think about that shortly. But for now, oh fuck, that's the wrong brush. Anyway, I hope you're having a good afternoon. Let's get in a little arc, and then yeah, this is where I start to get layer crazy. This is gonna look fucked up. Bear with me. It's a little bit angry right now. I want that like kind look in the eyes. But yeah, now at this point I can just alpha lock this and kind of do a little something like this. Yes, exactly. The eyes look wrong until the end. Also, yeah, hold on a sec. Thought I had see if that works. What have you been working on? If you can share. I think I do need a little pure black in the center. The other thing is they're not eyebrows. I don't know what these are. They're like the top of the eyes need a little bit of refinement. along with, yeah, some little flares. And then maybe just having some whites of the eyes will like pull it all together. That's what I'm hoping. Where's my layer? Here. I'm also extremely inconsistent with how I render the eyes for these gurploids so far. Oh, cool. Kenster, I totally know what you mean. Yeah, I'm excited to see that stream stuff you've been working on. Okay, let me also... I want like a nice little shadow situation on these frames. I guess it should be on the bottom. What am I doing? I love how like just a couple strokes can really give it a little more life. Okay, let's let's think about this hair. God damn it. Let's start by this. This is wrong. And this is wrong. What I need is a sense of this kind of swoop to here. Some of these lines are getting like a little thin. Exactly. The final boss of the drawing. In this case, I think the hair is my final boss. But yeah, I'm trying to, like, for my own stream stuff, I don't know. I'm working on it sort of incrementally. I'm trying not to be too precious about it, but also, like, I want it all to look and feel nice. But, like, it's so easy to just burn a ton of time getting lost in, like, stream tweaking. Oh, and then obviously, not obviously, but The other thing I'm way overdue for is some Tetris. I gotta play some Tetris. So there's that, and then there's... This is like almost tangent. And then, okay, I'm gonna avoid... Honestly, I don't know what this is. I'm gonna be a little bit lazy about this and kind of try to cheat my way. See if I can get away with this. Oh, this is this is a good song. I always kind of get a kick out of this name. I guess I'll put a link in the chat as well. This is a playlist that I have called Energized Focus, which I like to put on when I am trying to focus in an energized way. Who knew? But as with all of my playlists, it's like ever growing, ever evolving. But you can find them all right there if you're so inclined. For better or worse, well, I don't like Spotify as an organization, but sadly I do use Spotify. But you know, there are ways to convert playlists. Oh, hello, Erie. Welcome in. How are you doing today? I think we're approaching the end of this one. I think I'm almost content with this hair once I add in some shadow. I'm glad to hear it. The last gurploid. Oh, right. I'm on the wrong fucking brush. Problem is when I use that inker, you see how, you know, it's all anti-aliased. What I like about this what do you call it? Vintage tech pen is like it's real crunchy. And I feel like that, I don't know, it just kind of works in my favor. It almost ends up being like a pixel art treatment. And I think that's kind of fun. So I got to go through and like crisp up these edges. Oh yeah, there's definitely some justice in that playlist. I can't claim to be, well, I know justice very thoroughly, but like in the broader electronic spectrum, I don't know. I've kind of got a little niches that I really enjoy, especially house. Like really nice deep house. It's like extra soulful. A nice 90s piano house sort of sound. But I don't know. I'm all over the place musically. Oh yeah, rhythm games. Oh yeah, of course. I'm keeping an eye out for whenever DJ Max goes on sale. Actually, I did mean to ask, what's your preferred controller? Do you just use a keyboard usually for that? I'm wondering if like a leverless controller would probably be good. I mean, it's just a finite number of buttons and you just have to map them out. So I imagine it's actually very flexible. Oh, the other thing we need is a little bit of a sense of shadow on the skin or whatever gurploids have. I guess you could still call it skin. Keyboard? Yeah. Yeah, membrane. Thank you. Membrane I think is the right term. Membraneous. Membrane age. Yeah, it's been a while since I've gotten into like a rhythm game. Unless I mean, okay, Beat Saber counts. I do love a little Beat Saber, but a different flavor of rhythm game, I guess. The thing is, a lot of the Beat Saber packs are not necessarily the music that like I would love to play. But I play a lot of like uh oh my god, you should play Beat Saber. It is so good. Especially if you mod it to run custom songs. That's where the good stuff is. Well, I should say like the official maps are really well done like technically. But I just feel like in terms of song selection, all the stuff I'm like much more interested in is in the custom realm. They've done some good. They've actually done some very good song packs. Okay, let's get a zoom out here. Let's see. how this is shaping up. I'll admit the hair's a little weird on the right side, but I think it's like not too weird. I think it's like acceptably weird, acceptably janky. The human eye does a lot of work to resolve things in the mind, you know. But yeah, if I could give you like a homework assignment, it would be to play Beat Saber. Besides Walkabout Mini Golf, Beat Saber is definitely my most played VR game. And like just that little bit of haptic feedback when you hit the notes just feels really good in VR. Oh, I'm gonna say, what is this? Slacker. Oh, is that a stray pixel? Get out of there. Okay, now I'll do a quick check over. I already saw something. This right here. Yep. Any other like obvious strays that I'm missing is kind of what I check for at this point. Anything outside the lines, unacceptable. Oh. Okay, yeah, actually, you know what? I do need to just do a little bit on these so they're not just like, you know, straight out of the tube. Not too default tubular. That goes a long way, and that's like where a lot of my refinements have been when I'm working on these. It's like knowing when to be strict about my constraints and when to introduce some variation or exceptions. Oh man, yeah, VR stuff on stream for me as well. For me, it's more like, how can I figure out a way to be able to hear or like listen to chat while I'm in VR, and like especially if I'm playing, I don't know, Gran Turismo 7. All right, now I'm going to take the reference and just pop it behind here so that when I crop, it's not totally lost. And let's see what canvas size we want. I'm going to guess 900. Yeah, that seems about right. I could go down to 850. Let's do 850. Get a slightly tighter crop. Yeah, there we go. That does feel a little better. And now the most difficult decision is, what the hell is locally playing TTS? Yeah, that's what I've thought about. And it'd be one thing if I was using my like Quest 3, but specifically in PlayStation VR 2, it's like such a closed system for Gran Turismo 7. But I guess I could just have it playing on like a little speaker. Or maybe I just need to do driving games that are on PC. Okay, I guess actually it's pretty obvious that like some kind of teal is going to be the right color. How bright? Maybe somewhere around here. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Oh, well, okay. I was going to say my favorite Gran Turismo track is the Nordschleife, which is like my absolute favorite thing to drive on. If you dig into my highlight history, you can see I have just like a bunch of time trials from driving on there. But in terms of like songs, I love all the jazz fusion loungy stuff. All right, I think I'm prepared to call this one done. There's the last seahorse. I wish that a lot of the Gran Turismo music was on like streaming services. And to be fair, some of it is. Seahorse gurploid. Oof. Let's see. I think I'm going to take a quick break because I've been going at this for a bit, so I can like stretch my neck, just kind of move around a little bit, and then we'll be right back and I'll do another one of these. So, you know the drill. 3 minutes, quick and painless. We'll be back very soon. Don't go anywhere. See you shortly. Oh, I gotta update the right thing. There we go. Let's get stretching. Oh, welcome back. That was quick and painless, right? Pretty easy. I hope you had a good copter raffling. I'm going to do another smart thing, which is start with my drawing layers grouped so that later I can just select the group and move them around. So, once again, let's draw our little base here. Oh. You may recognize this streamer. I might end up having to redraw some of those. We'll see. Yeah, like for example, this. I'm going to come back to the terminus there. Oh, look at that. Perfect emote. That's great. Oh, sorry. So your question about Gran Turismo track? Well, in terms of I was gonna say, and all of like the jazz fusion stuff is my favorite. But in terms of like actual racetrack, which I realize wasn't your question, it's the wonderful Nordschleife. I never get tired of driving on that thing. And if you dig into the highlights on my channel, I've got a bunch of like time trials of me just driving on that. I mean, Moon Over the Castle is great. But like when I think of Gran Turismo music, I always go straight to like the jazz fusion stuff because that's just I guess that's just where my heart is. I don't know. That stuff really like does it for me. I mean, I love all the different Moon Over the Castle variations that they've done over the years. Don't get me wrong. Oh, I gotta erase more of this. Yeah. I'll say actually another one that, well, She Sells Sanctuary by The Cult. I first like heard that in Gran Turismo 3 and I was like, "Oh shit. It's a good song." So like it has introduced me to some great music over the years. Let's see. But I do specifically have a playlist of like all of the Gran Turismo like lounge music And that's, if I want to hear some Gran Turismo stuff, like that's where I go. All right, before I block in some color and other features, I want to just like do a quick little cleanup pass on some of these, the terminals on these strokes. Might have overdone it there. No, it's fine. Oh, right. I also forgot about this. And also the top of the head. So I guess it kind of goes like right into the, it's like sticking out of the skull almost, this little piece. Wait, let me see that again. Oh, I see. Kind of like this. I'm having to like fully dismantle some of these lines. Oh, this is a good song too. To be fair, if it wasn't a good song, it wouldn't be on this playlist. Yeah, sure. I'm like, what's the worst song that I could play? That could be kind of interesting. Okay, these need to be nice and crispy. Need some crispy corners here. It feels it's very satisfying to like kind of pull to carve away at these shapes. Just like sculpt it just the way I want it. Let me see. Should go up a little bit. And we need a couple little micro lines. Like this kind of thing. Oh, right. I should probably carve out a bit here. Wait, what is this line again? Oh, right. Duh. It's this. It's the ear. So I kind of borked that up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's much better. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, I think that's pretty good base to work from. Let's get this back up to full opacity and erase. Not that layer. This layer. I think I need to change, yeah, the approach of the line coming in from the left side. More like this. And we'll just shave this down here. Okay, let's try adding some other features. The signature gurploid smile. That's very important. Oh, I do want that on a separate layer. Now I guess, I mean, yeah, I think we got to do a similar eye treatment. Just kind of imply this line. This artist, Takio Ishino, you might be familiar with Denki Groove. I think he wasn't the one who got caught with cocaine. It was like the other guy in Denki Groove and they just like erased him from history. But Denki Groove is great stuff. It's like hyper repetitive. And for a while they like took all of Denki Groove's music off of streaming services. Oh, that's part of the song. um does anybody else remember this? Pierre Taki, that was the guy. Back in 2019. And it's just like, all right, Denki Groove, you're gone. Yeah, it's completely the Japan like insanely strict approach. But yeah, I felt bad because the other guy, um Takyu Ishino, who has great solo stuff, he got, caught up in it, well, indirectly. But Takyu Ishino has some great stuff. In fact, I'm gonna just go ahead and queue up a song. Just bear with me for a moment. He's got an EP called, oh, where is it? Something Disco Cat. Throbbing Disco Cat. And oh my god. First of all, the album art is hilarious and awesome. But like this stuff is pumping, pounding if you're into that sort of thing. It's good stuff. All right, let's get back to the eyes here. Yeah, right. That album art is so good. So anyway, if you like the sound of this, check out more of Takyu Ishino. That's my pro tip, my recommendation for the moment. I have not listened to the Ace Combat 3 soundtrack, but I'll make a note of it. Electrosphere. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out later. Yeah, Ace Combat is one of those series that like I have a lot of respect for it. I've just never played it personally. I've never been like big into, excuse me. There we go. Why is this thing is like not responding to my pen right now? Why is that? Is the battery low? No, battery's fine. That's so weird. Oh, you know what? The tip of it was like coming unscrewed. That's never happened before. Very boring explanation, but I'm glad it was something simple. Okay, anyway, that's enough of this song. Here's another Takyu Ishino from that album that I just linked. This could almost be a song in like Luminous. Okay, let's get some bass tones in here. In addition to the bass tones in the music. I'm trying to remember if there was like a specific song from this album that was like a big standout. I think it was maybe not this one. Yeah, Luminous is so good. Is it this one? And this is just like acid house kind of a sound. Oh, whoops. I mean, let's get our. I'll block in like the darker tone. Oh, Jesus. It's annoying when that happens. You accidentally tap with 2 fingers to undo, and then you start drawing another stroke. And all of a sudden, you've lost it. Lumines. You know, I've wondered the same thing, but I've heard luminous, and I think that that's maybe the intended pronunciation. If anybody can like confirm this, I would love to know. But in my mind, for a long time now, it's been luminous. Yeah, like the word luminous, but spelled weird. Oh, katakana. Yeah. That's right. Check the That is a really nice thing about katakana for pronunciation. It's like you can't argue with that. There's like basically just one way to pronounce it. And that's it. Lou Mines. Yeah. Lewis Mines. I'm saving the fun hair colors for last after I get these base shades blocked in. Send him to the Lou Mines. You're sentenced to 20 years of hard labor in the Lou Mines. And Tetsuya Mizuguchi will just yell at you every day. Actually, he seems like a very nice guy. I hope that he is actually a nice guy. Oh, fuck. Wrong brush. Let's go back to this brush. Anybody who created Rez has to be a cool guy. Like, there's no way he's a jerk. And, okay, I know he didn't create it by himself, but, like, come on. And he worked on Sega Rally. And. The guy's a goddamn legend. And Space Channel 5. That's right. I forgot about that, actually. And Luminous. Lumines. I guess this should go a little farther down. And this also goes a little farther in than I realized. That's cool. Ooh, we don't need the shading there. Lewis Minesweeper. I like that too. Okay, and something like the little flag in the hair or hair clip, hairpin. Like I'll put that on a separate layer. That'll be easier. Also, I don't know if anybody listens to like the 8-4 Play podcast, but like, you know, Mark McDonald works at Enhanced Games. And it sounds like he has a good time. And yeah, I mean, how could you pass up the chance to work with Mizuguchi? Podcasts can take a lot of time. Very time consuming. But I love the 8-4 Play podcast. That's one of the few that always earns my time. And also Acts of the Blood God. Wonderful podcast. If you know Nadia Oxford and Kat Bailey. And also, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the third host's name. But yeah, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. Yeah, oh my god. I attended, what was it, like the PlayStation experience that they did one year, and they were like showing PlayStation VR, and they had the synesthesia suit, and like of course, you know, it was like a crazy line to be able to try it. So I was never able to give it a shot, but like I got to see it in person, and it looks so cool. I mean, playing Resin VR is like the next best thing. I just don't have the suit. I would love to have the suit. Okay, I'm gonna go back to yeah, and Area X. Like, I want a whole game that's kind of in the style of Area X. Same thing, Tetris Effect in VR. It's fantastic. It's really good. I'm so glad that like he's embraced VR. We don't have a Luminous in VR, however. That is a problem. think I need a few more little lines here. Like right here. Nope. Kind of like right here. Yeah, right? It's like, it's so powerful. It's hard to explain how cool it is to play Tetris Effect in VR if you've never tried it. Let me look at this again. Oh, okay. Also, Mono Lake, who you're hearing right now, huge, huge fan. If you've ever heard of, oh God, I'm on the wrong layer, aren't I? Fuck. Back it up. This layer. Yeah, it was a big part of why I got a PSVR as well. And then, of course, it's since come to like every platform possible, which is great. I'm not complaining. What am I doing here? Okay. We need, whoops, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Yeah, and like if you don't have a VR headset, find somebody who does. Make them lend it to you so you can play Tetris Effect. Although I gotta say that the Quest 3S is like a pretty good option. Okay, what am I doing here? Let's clean this up a little bit. And these, okay, I see. This is just kind of here, and this is kind of there, and then I need one shade a little bit darker for some, yeah, some accents here. Oh, but I was gonna say Mono Lake is a project by Robert Henke, legendary techno artist. And he's got a fantastic website where he like thoroughly documents all of his works. Okay, let's get this in here. Oh yeah, I've not tried the Index. I have, well, I never use it. I have a Vive, and now really I use the Quest 3 because it's just so convenient. Okay, this is split into 4. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, I've like barely used VR chat. I would like to go back to it, mess around with that some more. Oh, what am I looking at? What's... Oh, I see. It's just a missing pixel on that layer. What about this? I'm just following. I'm following the instructions. I'm going very by the book here. All right, let's pop in for the eyeballs. I'll alpha lock on this layer and then just... I guess we need white at the center. And I'm gonna totally just cheat this and do something like this. Again, like a pretty strict limited color palette. And we just need a little one of these. A little one of these. I guess the last thing then is a little bit of shadow. I also have a cat yelling at me. And he's right. It is his lunchtime, so I'm going to need to attend to that in just a moment. I'm so close. That's right. He's like, what? I'm supposed to be eating right now. let's just say that this, yeah, that comes in. That's fine. All right, let's take a step back. Oh, I see. I'll just do one last little flare around the eyes here. Oh, didn't we hear this song? Oh, here we go. This is the good stuff. Yeah, I thought so. Just a little bloop, 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 bloop. I'll just go in with a tiny little eraser and just clean this up slightly. Okay, I'm taking a look. Let's try, maybe I want to reposition the eyes or the mouth just a little bit. I guess maybe the eyes are in a good place. Maybe it's the mouth. I think it needs to sit a little higher for my gurploid consistency. Metallophones. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with this one. I think this turned out nicely. Oh, you know what? Actually, fuck. I feel like maybe there should be a little shadow there. Maybe not. Let me see. No, I think that's weird. Oh, hey, Sylvie. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. All right. Like I said, my cat is yelling at me. So I'm gonna take a real quick break. However, I'm just gonna leave it on this screen. That's how quick this break is gonna be. And I'm gonna just throw up a we'll be right back. Oh gosh, I've already messed it up. Actually, here's what I'll do. I'll just cover up my face with it. Blap. Give me a quick moment. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Enjoy this music in the meantime. All right, I'm back. There we go. Oh, you know what? Okay, I see two little things. Oh yeah, actually look at this too. Okay. I feel safe saying this one's done. Let's condense it and crop it down. Then we got to pick a background color. I think I'm going to do one more. I'm going to try to do a quick one before I wrap it for now. Oh, see, we need a little more. This one's an 850, I think. Right about there. Rebuilding your VR chat avatar. I don't know why I'm feeling like a blue. Maybe because it has a nice contrast against all of these other colors. We go around the color wheel. Like green doesn't feel right. I think I'm feeling a blue. Maybe right about there. Oh, come on. Zoom for me. Bloop. There's like this gesture. There we go. If you do a quick pinch, you can get it to zoom out to full size. All right. I'm going to try to do a quick one, which I think means let's try Mail City. Oh, and let me add this. Yeah, Procreate is fantastic. Like, what a great tool. Like 20 bucks. Insane. Insane value. Oops. And like, yeah, some of the gestural stuff, I don't know, I struggle with a little bit. Clip Studio is great also. I mean, I'd say, yeah, whatever tool works for you is a good tool. Whoa. I have used Clip Studio in the past. I've tried out a little bit of Krita. Used a lot of Photoshop. Oh my gosh. Now for this one, I think I'll use my simplified just little dot blob eyes. And I'll also, yeah, listing your tools I think is always very interesting and often very useful. I always appreciate it when people share that stuff. And it's not to say like, oh, this is what you must use. It's more like, this is what works for me. This guy's going to be nice and gloopy. Maybe one more. No, maybe just those. Oh, right. Separate layer. Hmm. Yes, gloopy. Gloopy, that's right. I love drawing spiky teeth. Big fan of the spiky teeth. I may be biased. Here's the thing. These lines are too thick. I gotta go down even smaller. And with this one, because the yeah, I gotta open up the mouth a little bit. Because the form is so simplified, I feel like every stroke like really counts. And these should probably be kind of sharp. Four on the bottom. Okay. Like this. Now the question is the nose essential? I think it is because of the color. Yeah, I should have drawn the teeth on a separate layer. I know what you mean. And the nose means we're going to need to shift this. I'll shift this a little bit. Yeah, you got to have the nose. I feel like without the nose, it could be anybody. I like this song, but all right. How about an early basement jacks If you go and listen, like all of Basement Jaxx, their early EPs are available on Spotify. And like if you've ever been a fan of Basement Jaxx, it's really fun to go back and listen to those. I guess the other question is, are the eyebrows essential? And I think the answer is probably yes. I feel like a gurploid would have no problem imitating these eyebrows. Yeah, those are all essential details. And now we can block in some color. I mean, I really like this design, Mail City's design here. And obviously this degree of simplicity in a character design like does not work for everybody, but I think it's very effective. I've aimed for a similar degree of simplicity. But also this, I mean, I don't know. This has just given me a great appreciation for all these different character designs. All of the fun little details that people have incorporated into their VTubers. I think this brush might have a tiny bit of stabilization. Honestly, I'm kind of using the brush like just out of the box. Yeah, it definitely does. I try not to trigger the stabilization like too much, but it is pretty useful. Well, let's go back to our vintage tech pen. Oh, missed a spot. Missed 2 spots there and here. And these lines are a little janked. Oh, now I'm just going to merge these layers. There's no need for them to be separate at this point. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like it to have, you know, just enough that it's like assisting me. It's helping me to find kind of the curve that I want. But yeah, since I'm out of practice with drawing, I do feel like I'm starting to get better in terms of control over my lines. All right, let's get in this mouth. You know what? I'm going to be unnecessarily cautious and just do the mouth stuff on a separate layer. And then this is super easy to fill in. I'm finding that, you know, I enjoy the really detailed ones, but often these like really simple ones are almost my favorites. I like this color more. And like we'll still bring in a little shadow. Oh, whoops. Oh right, I put the nose and mouth on the same layer. Whatever, that's fine. There we go. You can't see the sandwiches that well, but they're there. You can see them tumbling around a little bit. This nose would cast a shadow. Maybe the glasses cast a little bit of a shadow. Oh god, what layer am I on? Oh yeah. You can see I'm fucking up my layers here. That's okay. Not a problem. Yeah, right? Like sometimes, I don't know, it can be more work to have less detail and it can really like pay off. Also, I don't think I've said this, but I really like the name Adrian. Like that's my go-to name in games where I'm like creating a character, funny enough. In my case, it's inspired by the type designer Adrian Frutiger. But also Adrian is just a great name. And it's like very gender neutral. So it's adaptable for like any character. And yeah, hey Asha. Oh, what did I do? This shadow on the right side is kind of janky. And it's fun to yell. Ah, I feel like I need to go slightly darker with these. By the way, Asha, I need to just like take a fresh look, and I'm gonna post up your gurploid this afternoon. I'm still like very jet lagged, and so I don't know. I didn't want to commit to just like pushing it live before I had a chance to kind of look with fresh eyes today. But I think I was pretty pleased with that one. Okay, yeah, this shadow on the right is weird. It needs to be more, either more or less. I think it needs to be a little more. Oh, maybe a little less. Maybe it's more like that. Oh yeah, and of course, share away. I'll also provide you, if you want, the original PNG files, including on a transparent background, in case that's of value or delight. Okay, I guess since we've got the top shadow on the glasses, we need the bottom shadow as well. Or the bottom. You know what I'm saying. We've got the bottom, we need the top shadow. Let's take a step back. Let's turn off our background layer, make sure I didn't miss any. Oh yeah, I did. Look at that. And then I'll do a quick line cleanup, and I think this one's pretty much there. Oh, hey, Batchy. I would love to do a gurploid in your direction one of these days as well. I hope you're doing well. But thank you. These have been so fun. It's like I've said this a few times, but I've just been like out of the habit of drawing for way too long. And this has like been so refreshing for me creatively. $68K. It sounds like you just performed a microwave calibration. You verified that it's operating. In a normal way. Sometimes I like to just run my microwave overnight, just for like 12 hours, let it really kind of clean out all those particles. Make sure there's no residual cruft in there. Okay, let me just clean up these a teeny bit. Mm-hmm. 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 I guess this should be a little crisper. And this side's okay. Oh, yes. Some of you might know Carpenter Brute. This song is so ridiculous. If you ever want to wake somebody up, try playing this. All right, let me just make sure I didn't miss any edges here, like these. Oh, yep, like there. Like here. I hate to like, find a stray pixel somewhere down the road. All right. I think that's a gurploid right there. I think we can call this one successfully gurped. Background color is going to be fun for this. I feel like the possibilities are kind of wide open. The gurpification was successful. I'm trying to not like only lean into like cool colors for these backgrounds because it's so easy for me to do that. But like also, well, let's see. Is there anything in the reference that would give me an indication of what color would be most appropriate? I mean, these colors are, yeah. Yeah, I think probably a blue to play off of the mouth.
Wonderful.
Is sort of the answer. Oh, shoot. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, exactly. It plays off of the mouth color. I like to futz with this a little bit. Yeah, oh man, those Mac OS. In fact, I think I first discovered Mail City when they were playing maybe an old HyperCard game or something. I was like, oh, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, I think I can call this one complete. And welcome in, Manaxi. I hope you're doing well. Oh boy. So let's just zoom out here. We got... Oh, I got to put these in chronological order. So earlier we got The Last Seahorse. And off stream, I'm going to like wrap these up and post them. But you're seeing them here first. We got Digi here. And we got Mail City.
Great.
Great. Thank you. Oh, man. Yeah, these are really fun. So now I've done, I don't know, I've lost track. I think we're up to almost 40 total. And they've come a long way. And yeah, I mean, if you're not aware, I do have all of these documented on Twitch, not Twitch, on Blue Sky. And more specifically, I have them on a Notion page that I've been updating. So you can see them there. I guess that's probably like the most centralized place right now. I need a shorter URL for that thing. One other fun... Oh, let me see if this works. Oh no, that didn't work. But you can go to gurt.live and that will redirect you to Twitch in case you can't remember how to get here. If you get lost, just remember gurt.live. Anyway, I'm actually going to wrap things up for right now. I think I'll be back a little bit later. Maybe I'll play a little shmup, maybe draw a few more of these, but I've been at this for 2.5 hours. Not bad. I'm ready to kind of get away from the screen and eat some lunch and stuff. But thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for your support. Keep an eye out. I'll be, like I said, I'll be back live. I don't have any particular schedule, but I'm going to be doing a bunch more of these streams. And then also, I want to play more Sorcerer Striker. I want to do a little Batrider commentary on my 1cc run. Some other things, maybe Dodonpachi on the Saturn. Blue Revolver, perhaps. I don't know, maybe some non-shmup stuff, but mostly shmups. Let's see who's live. Let's take a look. This is such a different time of day than I'm used to streaming. Oh, you know what? Tristy is live. Let's pop over there. But yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I hope to see you again soon. And I mean, that's all I've got. Have a great Friday the 13th. Stay out of trouble. Stay safe.